Well, I'm still not real well, but I wanted to talk about being a parent. Being a parent is hard, and um, you do the very best you can. And you have to realize that all of us are given certain tools to be a parent. There's no books that can tell you exactly how to be a good parent, and what works with one child may not work with another child. I worked in the child care industry for my entire adult life, besides other jobs that I worked in. But that was my main job, was working with children. So I wanted to let you know that as a parent, you're doing the very best you can with what you have. And that's what I'm saying, the tools that you have that were given to you by your parent, what you've read in books. You know, I grew up where if you misbehaved, you got spanked. So I spanked my children. And I'm not saying I beat them up. No. I mean, today they'd probably call that abuse because I whacked them in the bottom. But then I started working for the Head Start program and learned other tools. I learned that you can discipline them by taking things away from them, grounding them, other things. My favorite thing was work duty because the kids hated to clean. So they would want to get out of being grounded. So I said, fine, then you can do work duty. And I get them something to do that they'd clean something up for me and the house would get clean because they hated work duty, but they hated being grounded even more. So stop feeling guilty, okay? Because I felt guilty for years because maybe I wasn't the best parent in the world. But then I realized that with the tools that I had, I was the best parent that I could be at the time. I worked 2 and 3 jobs just to get by. My children had everything that they wanted as far as for school, cheerleading, football, wrestling. My son liked comic books and baseball cards. My grandson loved Ninja Turtles, and my daughter had him at a very young age, so I helped raise him too. So sometimes it was tough because it was hard to put food on the table. There were days that the kids would say, Mom, aren't you going to eat? And I'd say, well, I ate at work, which was true. I had worked at a children's shelter, and I had lunch there. And I try to have a snack before I left because sometimes there just wasn't enough food. And being a single mom is tough. And I was a single mom for many years. So, so like I said, stop blaming yourself. Do the best you can. And you'll get through it somehow. And if you're older like me and you're still blaming yourself, stop. Stop. You did the best you had with what you had. Okay? We all could have probably been better parents, but we did our very best. Okay? All right. Well, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.